Good morning children. Hope you all are fine. Today in this video I shall teach you Science chapter 3. The name of the chapter is Animals, Birds. Today I shall teach you about the different kinds of birds and the different features they have. Now children, you open your science book chapter 3 page number 18. Now here you can see the pictures of some birds. The first one is pigeon, second one is sparrow, third one is parrot and the fourth one is crow. Now you can write the names of the birds in the blanks. Now see, birds are beautiful animals and there are varieties of birds around us. They differ in their colors and the sizes. They all have similar body parts but they look different. Sparrows, maynas, parrots, pigeons, quails, eagles, kites, vultures, crows are few examples of birds. A bird has two legs and a beak. Its body is covered with feathers. It has two wings which help it to fly. And the most of the birds can fly. Now beaks of birds. All the birds have a beak. They use their beak to catch and eat food. The shape of the bird's beak depends on the type of the food it eats. The first one is strong, short and hard beak. Birds like sparrow and pigeons have strong, short and hard beaks. Such beaks help them to crush and eat nuts and seeds. They eat the nuts and the seeds. Now you see the picture here children. Beak of a sparrow and the beak of a pigeon. Now the next is strong, sharp and hooked beak. Birds like vultures, eagles and hawks have strong, sharp and hooked beaks. Such a kind of beaks help them to tear and eat flesh. They tear and eat flesh of other animals. You see the picture here, beak of an eagle and beak of a vulture. Now the next is strong, pointed and chisel shaped beak. Birds like woodpeckers and hoopoes have strong, pointed and chisel shaped beaks. A woodpecker makes holes in the tree's trunk to make its nest and it also uses its beak to pull out the insects from the tree trunk and eat the insects. A hoopoe uses its beak to catch insects from the ground. Now you see how their beak is. Beak of a woodpecker and beak of a hoopoe. Now the next, broad and flat beak. Water birds means aquatic birds like ducks and geese have spoon-like broad and flat beaks. They have tiny holes on both the sides of their beaks. Ducks and geese find their food in water. When they take up the muddy water, the water flows out through the holes, leaving the insects, worms and water plants behind. The duck and geese then eat them. Now you see beak of a duck and beak of a goose and see there are two holes on their beak. Now broad, long and sharp edged beak. Birds like pelicans and kingfishers have long, broad and pointed beaks. They use their beaks to catch fish from water. Now you see beak of a kingfisher, beak of a pelican. Now children, thin, long and pointed beak. Birds like hummingbirds, that is the smallest bird, and sunbirds have thin, long and pointed beak. They suck nectar from flowers. The hummingbird does not sit on the flower when feeding, but it hovers above and sucks nectar from flower. That means it flies over the flowers and then sucks the nectar from flower. Now you can see the picture of the beak of a hummingbird. It is so pointed because they suck the nectar from the flower. Now you turn the page. Feet of birds. Different birds have different kinds of feet based on their habitat. Birds have 2 feet with 4 toes on each. These toes end with a claw. Birds catch and hold their food with their feet and claws. They also use claws to climb walk, swim and sit on the branches of trees. Now first is perching birds. Perching birds such as crows and parrots have 3 toes pointing forward and the 4th toe pointing backward. The 4th toe being long holds firmly onto the branches in order to prevent them from falling off. Now see the foot of a crow. Now water birds like ducks and loons have webbed feet. They use their webbed feet to paddle through water in search of food. Now see the webbed foot of a duck. It helps them to swim in the water. Now climbing birds like woodpeckers have sharp and curved claws that help them to climb and hold the bark of the trees. They have 2 toes pointing forward and 2 toes pointing backward. Now children, you see foot of a woodpecker. Now scratching birds. Birds like hens have sharp and strong claws to dig the ground for food. See the foot of a hen. Now wading birds like herons and cranes have long legs with widely spread out toes. They walk in shallow water in search of food. This is called wading. Now see the spread out toes of a heron, and with these toes they can walk in shallow water and they search the food in shallow water. Now the next is grasping birds. Birds like eagles and owls have strong and sharp curved claws called talons. They use their talons to pick and hold their prey. And see the talons of an owl, how sharp it is. Now feathers of birds. The body of birds is covered with feathers. Feathers of birds are of the following 3 types. The first is down feathers. These feathers are located near the bird's skin. They are soft and fluffy. They keep the body warm. The newborn baby bird nestling has a lot of down feathers. These feathers are very soft. Now body feathers. These feathers are located over the down feathers. They cover the whole body and they give shape to the bird's body. And the next is flight feathers. These feathers are found in the wings and the tail of the bird. They are long and flat. They help the bird to fly and change the direction when they are flying. Now you see the down feather, body feather and the flight feather. Now how the birds fly? Birds can fly because they have hollow bones which make their body very light, and the wings of the birds are attached to their body with the strong muscles, and these muscles help the birds to move their wings, and the bird flaps its wings upwards and downwards during flying. The upward movement of wings is called upstroke and the downward movement of wings is called downstroke. The tail helps the bird to change the direction when they are flying. Now children, you see the picture here, movement of the wings, upstroke and the downstroke when they are flying. Now turn the page. Some birds like emu and ostrich cannot fly. They are called flightless birds. Some birds such as peacocks and hens fly for short distances. Birds such as pigeons and parrots fly over long distances. Now see children, you see emu and ostrich, they are called flightless birds because they cannot fly. Now food habits. Birds eat various kinds of foods. They eat insects, seeds, grains, nuts, fruits, etc. Some birds like hummingbirds suck nectar of flowers. Few birds like eagles and vultures, they eat the flesh of other animals. Penguins, kingfishers and herons eat fish. As birds are without teeth, they break and crush food into smaller pieces using their beaks. The birds do not have teeth. Now nests of birds, like us, birds also need home. A bird's home is called a nest. Birds build their nests in places safe from enemies and bad weathers. Birds use leaves, twigs, straw, thread, cotton, wood, etc. to build their nests. What they do? They lay and hatch their eggs in nests. Nests protect them and their eggs from enemies and bad weather. Now different birds build different kinds of nests. A tailor bird uses its beak like a needle and sews the leaves together to build its nest. It uses grass, thread or wool to sew the leaves. The weaver bird weaves leaf, grass or twigs using its beak to build a nest. The opening of nest through which the bird enters is at the lower end of the nest. Next, the vulture uses sticks and twigs to make its big nest on high trees. The nest looks like a shallow cup. The owl uses feathers and grass to make a nest in the tree's hollow. The woodpecker uses its chisel-like beak to make a big hole in tree trunk. This hole is used as the woodpecker's nest. Now children, you can see here the nest of a tailor bird and here the nest of a weaver bird. Now penguins are found in very cold places. They make their nests on the ground using stones and pebbles. Now you see nest of a woodpecker in the tree trunk, nest of a vulture, and this is the nest of a penguin. Now sparrows, bulbuls and hummingbirds use grass, leaves, straws and cotton fibers to make their nests. They make cup-shaped nests in houses, on trees or any other safe places. The cup-shaped nest prevents the egg and the baby birds from falling off because their nest is like a cup, so their eggs and the baby birds cannot fall. Quail is a clever but lazy bird. It does not make its own nest. It lays eggs in the nest of crows. The crow thinks the eggs of quail as its own eggs and look after them. So the quail is very clever. Now see the nest of a sparrow. Now children, bird bath and care for animals. Like other animals, birds also need water. Birds face lots of difficulty in hot summer when there is shortage of water. We can help birds by keeping a bird bath in an open places and around our houses or gardens. A bird bath is a small shallow container filled with water. Birds drink water and bathe too. Also keep trays containing seeds in open to feed birds. These trays are known as bird feeders. Now children, we can help the birds in this way by keeping the bird bath and the bird feeders in our home. Now turn the page. Now here you see the picture of a bird bath and here you see the picture of a bird feeder. We should also take care of animals, especially pets. We should feed them regularly. We should clean and bathe them regularly. We should be kind to animals. We should consult a veterinary doctor if they are sick. Who is a veterinary doctor? The doctor who treats the sick animals are called veterinary doctor. Now some special features of birds. Number 1, ostrich being the largest bird lays the largest egg. Number 2, ostrich and emu cannot fly. Number 3, Hummingbirds can fly backwards. Number 4, parrot can imitate human voice and talk like human. Number 5, owl cannot swivel their eyes. They move their heads completely around to see straight behind them. Number 6, peacock is the national bird of India. Now children, I finish my lesson here. I think you all have understood the lesson, and all the question answers and the exercises of this chapter already is given in the study material. You please follow that. Thank you children.